Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about power versus force. Many years ago, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition. And during that period, it was really a dark time for my life. And it was very difficult for me to come out of that place. It was very challenging. But eventually, I met someone who began to teach me things that helped me to shift a lot of the stuff, limiting beliefs, emotional baggages, and many other issues that were going on in my mind. But I had a question, because I believed that the Creator is a very powerful being who created this beautiful body, which had so many other systems that were working perfectly. But how in the world did the Creator create something that would malfunction to the point that my immune system will start to fight the other parts of my body? That question went unanswered for a very long time. But through this journey that I began of personal development, I started to understand something. I became self-aware. I understood that I was creating my own reality, and that I was the one who was powerful enough to shift what I had already created. So what had happened was that I had a full-time job. I also had a young family, and I had a part-time business. And because I didn't know how to deal with emotional problems that I came into contact with, or the emotional issues that came up in my life, I kind of pushed them back and hoped that they would go away. And I would drag and force myself to do my job, to run my home, and to run this business. So I found that I was drawing power outside of me. I had to rely on drinking coffee so I could have enough energy to stay awake and alert to accomplish some of the tasks that I needed to accomplish. And when coffee stopped working, I began to drink energy drinks. I took energy tablets. And I did a lot of experience with things that would give me energy. And little did I know that I was actually causing problems to my physical body, because I wasn't paying attention to what my body needed. I was working counter-intuitively to it. See, when my body said it was tired, I needed to rest, I reached for coffee. I reached for an energy drink. I reached for energy tablets. I ate foods that would give me energy so I could keep going. And eventually, at some point, my body couldn't handle all these things that I was doing. So that way of forcing myself to do things wasn't working anymore, because I reached a point where all I wanted to do was just sleep. So even if I was working, I was just yawning and I was tired and exhausted. And at that point, I had to pay attention. That's when I found that teacher. And then I learned something else that is very powerful, that I'm a powerful creator. I'm an energy being. And that when I'm creating from a powerful place, a place of an alignment, I follow what is coming out of me, what is the desire of my heart. I go and follow the things that I am passionate about. So I started to explore that side and started doing a few more things that brought energy to me, things that made me passionate and things that made me feel alive. And I felt good. And healing began to happen in my body. So then I realized that in life, there are things that we are forced to do because of circumstances. We need to go to work so we can pay our bills. Sometimes we are forced to do these things under circumstances that we have to run or juggle many other things. But it's very, very important that we balance it with the things that we are passionate about. It's also very important that we balance it with rest so we can refresh and rejuvenate. It's also very important that we are aware of how we are creating, that we pay attention to what our bodies are saying to us. We need to understand the language of our bodies. Because when we are constantly working against what the body is saying, then we create dis-ease and we end up suffering. And those things that we wanted to accomplish, some of them end up not being done. We can't fulfill them. We can't finish them because we don't have the energy or the stamina or the mental capacity to carry it through. Easily we can get into a burnout. So today my challenge to you is, what is it in your life that you're forcing yourself to do and you're not balancing with things that you're passionate about? Self-examine so you can be aware, and you can also become aware of the language of your body. Thank you so much for listening, and that's it for this week. So I hope that you will join me again next week for the next video, and I would love for you to dialogue with me. So in the comments, just tell me what you thought about this video and how else would I be able to improve so I can help you more. Also, tell me what are the things that you've been doing or forcing yourself to do that you are not balancing with the things that you're passionate about. Do some self-care. Give yourself some self-love. And life will be beautiful. And subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Take care. See you next week.